Okay. Well, my name's Alicia, and on behalf of the Safe Souvenirs team, thank you for this opportunity. And we're going to start introducing our product to you with a story. So meet Connor. Connor is traveling to Bangkok for a vacation. Connor loves to buy jewelry for his mother when he travels. While in Bangkok, he visits the Chatuchak night market. He buys a rosewood bracelet, a tortoiseshell necklace, and an ivory bangle for his lovely mother. Before returning home, he is stopped by a U.S. Customs agent. Because they are listed on the CITES appendix, Larry the customs agent proceeds to confiscate all of Connor's ill-gotten goods. Connor's mother, Barbara, proceeds to lecture him for the next 6 months about his wasted money and her lack of jewelry. So we have problem statement number 7, and we are addressing this issue of travelers being abroad and buying souvenirs that are illegal. And so what we found was that the World Wildlife Seizures Database is presented with this problem, and it's not because travelers are purchasing these souvenirs with criminal intent. They actually do not know. They do not know that what they're buying is illegal. They do not know that they're going to have it confiscated upon their return.
So this was a problem that we thought we could tackle with the skills we had. And we thought any solution that tries to solve this problem would have to employ these 3 strategies: reducing the demand for these illegal products, creating awareness of what to buy and what not to buy, because as you said earlier, it's the ignorance and negligence, right? And then educating consumers with the creating awareness and offering alternatives, like I said before, like, well, if I can't buy the ivory bracelet, is there another type of bracelet that's a close mock-up? It's legal though, so can we do that?
So in terms of branding, we wanted to make a visually appealing aesthetic by observing our target demographic, which would be tourists. So we went and picked a few travel sites and blogs and looked at some key features that they used to attract customers. And that would be high definition photos, as well as lots of iconography, as evidenced by our logo, and a limited color palette.
So what we decided to come up with was a website called Safe Souvenirs. So here's a website. So let's say the average Joe, just you or me or some family decides to go on a vacation, and hopefully through some advertising like the kiosk on the airport or something, they come across this website. And so they would go in and they say, okay, we're going to go to Bangkok, so let's type in Bangkok here. Click on it, and information about Bangkok comes up. And right off the bat, what you see is we're warning them about illegal souvenirs that if they buy, as soon as they come back to the country, it's going to get confiscated. So right off the bat, we're looking at everyday common objects that might be in sale in regular stores that they would not think is illegal, but it really is illegal. And right next to it, we're offering the alternative that we discussed before, saying here are some coconut shells, some silk, etc. And if you notice in the bowl down there, it says where. And so we're trying to drive people to the correct places to go to get these things. And this plays into reducing the demand of illegal products and encouraging sustainable sales. And by encouraging sustainable sales, other stores might also want to get in on this and say, hey, they're getting more consumers by doing this sustainable sales, we should follow suit. And so they might reach out to us instead of us having to reach out to every other store who does this. And lastly, on the very first column, you see a picture of an elephant with some information about the #1 problem in Bangkok. And we have 2 buttons there, the US declaration form and the permits to import. And those are the forms that you need if you buy a certain souvenir. You need to check if you have those forms so that when you bring it back to the States, you need to have those forms to show the customs to legally bring it in. So we have those buttons so that they can get those forms and see if wherever they're buying it gives them those forms.
In parallel to the website, we built a mobile app that articulates pretty much the similar information, but we really wanted to focus on similar branding with the website, Safe Souvenirs, the icon. And upon opening, it's hyper-focused, so we want to make it as simple as possible to use. You just enter your destination using these high-quality images to provide education and visually pleasing products. So, enter the card. Similar to the website, we'll see information about what is illegal and what will be confiscated by the U.S. Customs Border Patrol. We can go into each product and find out more information about it, why it's illegal, as well as finding out additional information or other actions to take. And as we switch over to we toggle to the legal section, the UI changes to give visual representation of the products that you should actually look for, keep an eye out for, as they're sustainably sourced. Again, it provides information about the products, maybe where to buy them, and then additional information about how to import them. So the resources needed, we'll distribute this as a web app on the web server, as well as through the traditional app stores, through iOS, Android, and Windows. One thing we definitely need is more accurate product data. We don't want to pinpoint a location, so if someone types something in and they don't have exact results for that, we'll give results based on the region around it, so that we'll always be informing the user, educating them. We'd also need money to develop the product and market it. And so we're hoping it works by educating consumers. They're not interested, they're not most of the time looking for illegal products, they're just trying to buy nice souvenirs. And so if we educate the consumer on what to buy legally, then we should reduce the demand on illegal products.
So let's tell a different story. So meet Jane. She's traveling to Bangkok for a vacation. Before she leaves, she uses Safe Souvenirs to search for merchants that sell items that are sustainable. She decides while she's there to pick up a Buddha statue, and she remembers that she needs to fill out a Thailand customs declaration because it is illegal to remove a Buddha statue from the country of Thailand without a permit. And she learns that by looking at Safe Souvenirs. On her return home, U.S. Customs Agent Larry reviews and inspects her goods, welcomes her back to the United States, and sends her on her way. When she gets home, she gives her Buddha statue to her future mother-in-law, Barbara, and Barbara and Jane proceed to laugh at Connor, who made poor traveling decisions. Okay, so just to reiterate, the purpose of both apps is to educate tourists because, again, many of these objects that are being confiscated are not being imported by criminals, they're being imported by people like me, who just didn't know that I can't buy a tortoiseshell necklace and bring it back into the United States. Hopefully by doing this, we're driving sales to vendors that are selling importable products and reducing the demand on wildlife trafficking. And I think that picture kind of tells the whole story. Thanks.
How scalable do you think it would be to countries other than the United States?
So we focused on a problem statement of people traveling outside, leaving the United States and coming back. That was the solution we were trying to. So it's not really globally scalable in a sense. It's more trying to target the United States market.
Well, however, as I said during my presentation with that website, so usually the hard part that we notice with any product and when you're trying to get a user base is you have to go out and get a user base. You have to say, hey, we're selling something, we're selling something. And like you said, when we try to encourage good sales by drawing customers to a store, we're hoping that other stores that see this and say, oh, a lot of customers are going to the store because it was advertised here and it's doing it sustainably. So if we follow suit, we also do it sustainably, then maybe those stores will come to us and they'll say, hey, we would like to feature our products on your site too, and they could give us whatever they want, like information about their products. And like we said, this is not implemented yet, but to answer your question about future products, right? They give us information, we can verify it. That's our job, right? So we will verify if it's really sustainable or not. And let's say it is sustainable, then we can just put it on the database and it will just show up on that site. So now other stores can just, follow suit by that. They can just put in their data with us and we can verify it and create a big, famous website.
And to improve the networking apart from the mobile app and the web server, the goal would be to get into airport kiosks right before you're traveling, and maybe when you're packing and you're rushed, you forgot to check the website, and you see, the sign at the airport, you're waiting at your gate. Let me just go quickly search and find out, what else I need to know about Bangkok, or get a list of those the safer, more sustainable markets that are there.
Are there any existing databases that focus on sustainable retailing?
There are databases that, we did do a search that focus on sustainable stores, but nothing that is marketed to tourists and souvenir purchases.
So the data is available, it's just that no one's making use of that data that is there. And even in the problem statement, there was a link given about what products or what animal products are being used for what products in general. So just leveraging that data, because if there are certain products that are using RV tugs, and just because it's not labeled illegal, it could be illegal. So we can leverage that data, do some learning on that data, and possibly make it easier to verify. So if a product comes your way, we can just check with the database and say, oh, here's a product that came your way, check with the database. What products are used to make this product? Maybe it's a rhino tusk. Immediately off the bat, we say, oh no, you're selling this, and this is something that we don't want to advertise. So we can reject it. So in that sense, there are databases, and we just have to connect the dots there.
And the branding and the logo, right now, that was all you guys created that?
Yep.
And yeah, like you said, the geographic print for the location, the shopping for the shopping. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay. I'm going to just draw this name